I'd like to start.
Take us in.
I'd like to start this one. Hello and welcome to this episode of the official podcast. I am absolutely exhausted, and I believe my co-hosts are in some way also tired because today, as of this year, marks the beginning of daylight savings time. And boys, I have a question for you. Can we say fuck daylight savings time?
Yes.
Do we really still need it?
I heard it was for the cows or something. Like cows need it to be milked.
I thought it was for the work days.
Yeah.
See, people don't even know what it's for.
Yeah, well, what is it for?
The cow doesn't
Someone
give a shit.
enlighten me.
What do you mean it's for the cows? It's not like the cow has a clock. It doesn't know what time it is.
Yeah, well, no, I meant for the farmers to milk them or something.
Yeah,
No,
but
I
can't
think
the
it's fucking
farmers just
stupid.
get up an hour earlier?
Or later.
Well, can't you get up an hour earlier or later?
Well, think about it. When you
had
had an old school world with limited electricity or any of that, you probably needed as much daylight as you could, and it was more convenient for everyone to
No, but that has
move it
nothing
back
to
so that
do.
you had more.
Has nothing to do what time it is. Time is just what we call daylight. Like just the time that passes in the day.
Exactly.
It's just as stupid to have time zones in this day and age, in my opinion. We should have one universal time zone, and then, at the exact same time.
That would never work.
Why?
That would never work because it's currently past midnight here. Like it's super dark and it's like
But why does that
for
matter?
most of you.
Right.
Yeah, it really shouldn't matter. Could all just use the same time.
Yeah. So you would, I don't know, let's say 8 a.m. for Charlie would be your afternoon or your night or midnight, whatever the fuck it is. So that's just how we would call it, is 8 universal time. That's when you go to sleep.
Well, we do have a universal time. We just don't use it.
Well, let's start then.
UTC.
Because
We really
every
should.
country, it's not just good enough to have it as an option. I would like every country to switch to it. It's not as if it's a currency or anything. There doesn't have to be a battle between the countries. Get rid of fucking daylight savings and get rid of all the time zones and just end all of this goddamn confusion. It would be so
Kai,
much
I'm gonna
easier.
blow your fucking mind right now. We created time.
Just get rid of
We
time.
own it. We can do whatever we want with it. You define the value in time. It's a man-made construct.
Well, I mean, I guess time
That's
isn't,
right.
but what we call it is a man-made construct, right? Just
How we measure it is a man-made construct, because at the end of the day, time is just the observation of change. Like time is not an actual thing that's happening.
Yeah,
it's just
empathy and apathy or something.
it's energy. Yeah.
I
So
think
time, how we measure it, is all arbitrary.
As the master of time, while having 2 clock tattoos on my body, I think I should weigh in. I believe that time is always moving, and we just try our best to capture it the best we can.
gay.
That was a
that
great
was
Facebook
beautiful.
post you wrote.
Now, can you take off your shirt and show everyone your tattoos? I know that's where it was leading.
That'll be on the OnlyFans.
Oh.
You want to talk about that? It got hacked or something, I hear?
OnlyFans got hacked?
Mm-hmm. Oh, you didn't hear?
I can't say I've checked my subscriptions there recently, no.
No, it's been popping
no.
up on my
My-
feed a lot. Is
My account.
all of them are really, really mad because apparently somebody leaked a couple of terabytes of paywalled content. And so now all of the cam whores are really, really upset. Have you heard of that 3D character that they're making strip now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember her name.
Can
Melody?
you
Yes, sir.
can you give
think
a
so, yeah.
recap for people like me who don't know?
I honestly
How are
also
you the
don't know
one that doesn't
much.
know?
You know, I don't actually dive into the lore of OnlyFans.
Well, she's a lot more than OnlyFans, you bigot.
Yeah, she's a hentai babe.
Yeah,
Oh
she
my
does a
God.
lot.
I don't know if it
How
counts
do
as
I not
hentai.
know this then?
That's what I'm saying.
She wears mini hats. She's a chatterbait superstar. She did her first Twitch stream last night to 30K viewers. She's the
Oh my
hottest
God.
shit.
What's her name?
Project Melody.
I'm trying to find
Or
some
just Melody.
tweets, at least the funniest tweets, but I can't. So the point is, this thing, somebody I guess made a 3D avatar and it started stripping or something, and the people who usually earn their money on chattered bait, all the chicks, they got really butthurt because this is not a real woman. You're taking the bread off our table. You're destroying our economy. This is not going to be okay. Men will all go to the 3D girl instead of us, and we're losing money. We don't rely on you to pay our bills. They got really fucking pissed off at that bitch. She's just a goddamn little Pokemon avatar. I don't even know what, but it's defeating them.
So why are guys choosing this Robo Babe over the real women?
No idea. I mean,
Everyone
why do
has
men...
tastes. Is it really that surprising?
Yeah.
Plus, she can constantly change her appearance to match whatever fantasy a dude has or someone in the chat.
No, it's not surprising that people would be interested in her. It's surprising that there's like 30,000 people and it's like this popular.
Is it though?
Why?
I
It's
mean,
exactly the kind of shit people like.
yeah, it's
Yeah, but
it's
you can just
hentai.
look up shit that you can like. You can look up hentai
right.
and see videos and pictures.
Okay, but
you
there's
can't
the
interact
aspect
with it.
here of them wanting to socialize with the hentai babe.
You can
which is
make that
weird.
same argument about OnlyFans in general. Is why the fuck does
Yeah.
anyone
Yeah,
ever
but the
subscribe to
purpose of
Belle
the
Delphine's
Only-
Patreon?
The purpose of the Twitch and OnlyFans is, I feel like you have a personal. Well, they want you to try to like think about it as like a personal interaction with these personalities. That's where the money is. But when it's a hentai robo babe, there's no connection.
How is there no connection? She's
it's a
constantly
robot.
talking to the chat and
It's-
interacting with them. It's a real person in mocap, and she's doing like
Yeah,
voice.
like a 40-year-old man.
So what? Look, it's just as real of a connection as any OnlyFans. Can't argue with that. It's just as you're just as much as sitting in
guess,
your
yeah.
own room jacking off. Which I actually found a little tweet about that from someone earlier. This is one of the angry ladies here saying. This is about the leaks. So they got really angry at the leaks. They compared it to piracy and all that sort of stuff. She says, buying a girl's OnlyFans versus looking at her leaked OnlyFans is the difference between being in a girl's room while she undresses for you versus standing outside her house peeking through the window with your dick in your hand while she undresses for someone else.
God, that sounds hot. Fuck.
All right, I gotta
So,
see
first
this.
of all,
Those
it's not
options.
an OnlyFans. I guess you could, in a way, put it like that you're the one in the room with her and she's only undressing for you and the other 1,000 men in the room who are also there, also paying her, and she's not your girlfriend at the end of the day, turns out.
Doesn't mean there's
All
not
of
a
these
hope for it, though. You can keep trying.
That's true.
I feel from everything I've seen, all of these like the the girls on OnlyFans and such, the ones selling their nudes, they all seem to just downright despise and hate their customers.
They do.
It's kind of like
I was about to
it's
bring
kind
that
of
up.
funny how much they hate their customers and how much the customers are just okay with that. Who wins in that aspect? Is it the person getting the money or the person seeing the pussy of the person getting the money? Who wins?
At no point is it ever the latter on
it
that
boggles
one.
my fucking mind how this has 162,000 likes. Listen to this shit. Hey dickheads, if you leak people's OnlyFans content, you are leaking copyrighted material and the creator can take you to court. It has happened. So enjoy your meals while you
The old
can.
Mickey Mouse.
While you
defense.
can before you struggle to buy a taco at Taco Bell. I don't have an OnlyFans, but a lot of my girlfriends have it in order to support themselves. And you guys have to fucking ruin everything for women who are struggling because you're horny and misogynistic and it's sick. So I just want to mention here that OnlyFans is literally made for horny and misogynistic people. It's not exactly... like, this is what Jackson
It's
means,
made for
right?
businessmen, goddammit.
Why are you insulting your own fans? Who the fuck do you think actually watches you? Do you think it's men who hold women in high regard, successful job-holding men? It's fucking
That's
Twitch
what I'm
I'm paying
saying.
for these art pieces to display in an art gallery.
It's weird to
Only
me
the
that...
finest establishment for these nudes.
Okay, I get that you're upset your shit got leaked and it's a business, your business is getting hurt, but you're insulting your own customers here. This is like if somebody broke into McDonald's, stole all of their patties or something, and the next day McDonald's went on Twitter like, all of you who did this, you're disgusting and you're fat and obese and hungry. Yeah, your customers. That's your customer base. Why are you shitting on them? Dummies, a lot of
I
them.
don't know, but
Well, I mean,
it-
it's also
they
a
can
very...
insult.
Jackson?
No, you go.
I was just going to say it's a customer base that's always going to come back. They're kind of pathetic,
Yeah.
and they don't really
That's
like
what I
them.
was going to say as well, Charlie.
We're on the same
Also-
fucking wavelength.
Also, here's...
I know, man.
I mean,
I know.
there's also the business angle of it. You wanting to rally people behind the cause of where she's saying, they're taking the content without paying for it or without signing up for it. So that is kind of scummy. It's like
No,
she's
of
not
course.
totally in the wrong calling them out for it, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but she insults like every single user that watches
Yeah,
her.
that's
in the
that's
same
not a good
sentence.
that's not a good thing to do. But I think what the point of the post is to get people on her side to point out, hey, this is fucked up. Don't do this, even if she's going a little too far.
Of those 162,000 likes, I guarantee she got 0 new OnlyFans from it, but maybe lost a few.
What the fuck are you talking about? These people make so much money on OnlyFans.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
those people also don't directly attack those horny customers.
Or if they want to be
Oh, they
directly
always
attacked,
do.
they do. Have you guys seen Pay Pigs?
Yeah.
The fuck is Pay Pigs?
Oh, Pay Pigs is such a fun fetish to explore. Pay Pigs is literally a fetish where the woman sits in front of the webcam and she goes, "You're going to send me so much money. You're going to empty your wallet, you fucking pig. You're going to link my PayPal and you're going to give me your last paycheck because it's all mine. It's all my money." And that is the entire fetish. They don't
It's
get
the-
naked. They don't do anything else.
It's a sad
it
shit
works.
too because you know all of like half of those guys have families, so they like fucking. I've seen some of them empty their bank accounts supposedly just to pay their little webcam girls the children's tuition money. Yeah, I mean, great.
Is it any different to going to a strip club?
Yeah, you
Well,
get
yeah, because at
something
the
there.
strip club, you're rewarded with titties and ass, and you also don't have to throw tips. It's just encouraged. But with Pay
The
Pigs,
OnlyFans are Pay Pigs, right?
Yeah, with Pay
Well, I was
Pigs.
going to say OnlyFans is no different, really.
No,
to
it
strip
isn't.
club.
It's the same
Well, no,
shit at the
yeah,
end of the day.
you're right.
I mean, online prostitution is the smartest way of prostitution. At the very least, nobody gets to touch you. You don't actually have to be in a room with all the sweaty fat truckers leering at
it's
you. right?
monetization at its finest.
Yeah, but
It's
still, you know,
OnlyFans is strippers 2.0.
it is. So I think OnlyFans did everyone a very big favor because they looked at all the booby streamers on Twitch and they decided, why don't we just give them a platform where they can simply stop pretending like they're not whores and they can make more money. They don't have to do this. They don't have to jump through 20 hoops of painting their bodies or any of that stuff or pretending to be playing video games. Just strip. And it worked. It's a clever idea.
Well, no, it's a clever idea when you put all of that in the body of a hentai babe. So then
That
there's-
too.
you're literally putting none of yourself out there. That's so brilliant. Why has no one thought of that before? They had the power there with the K-pop,
So
the
I
K-pop.
think there's a
chick.
YouTuber.
it's not an
like that.
entirely new concept at all. There's virtual YouTubers that are very popular in Korea and Japan, where literally they are mocapped voice actresses who play games, and like on screen they're represented as anime characters. Like there's a couple of them that are just actually big, well-recognized characters that are totally original that play games. So this is just, I guess, the natural evolution of it, where then you see their titties. So
Is it? Does
Yeah.
she talk with a human voice, or what is it?
she talks. So when I'm talking for the YouTubers, but they do like the typical anime girl voice, like the cutesy, high pitched.
No, I mean melody.
Oh, I don't know about Melody.
She just
So-
has a
Sweet
normal voice. She seems like a normal, good old American girl, really.
with the big anime
It'd
eyes.
be cool if the voice modulator like broke or something, and halfway through you hear this the 40-year-old man.
Actually, there was controversy on that. One of the biggest Japanese virtual YouTubers, there was I think they were doing setup for her stream or something malfunctioned, and they got to hear her real voice for a bit, and people were absolutely pissed. Because normally when she's doing the Let's Play, she's got the like high pitched like, "Hello, welcome to my channel, great to see you," you know, like that anime voice. But then all of a sudden you just hear this normal woman talking, just kind of like, "Hey guys, what's going on? How you doing?" And people were fucking pissed about
That's gotta
it.
suck. That
Oh,
must
I'd
be.
be pissed too.
That must be that moments for that Twitch moderator where he realized his crush is married.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I cannot believe you're an actual human. You should have told me.
Liar, bitch face.
Li- It's worrisome a little bit. I'll be honest though. So the angle is do whatever the fuck you want, but as someone who would eventually like to have kids, it is a bit worrisome to me to go online and see all of these young women so viciously and rabidly defend their own prostitution. It's just weird. I hope I never fuck up like
Defend
that.
their own prostitution.
yeah, just getting this angry at the fact that they just really want to strip for men online. You guys remember when like 10 years ago we used to tell people, don't put your nudes online. The internet is forever. Don't do it. It's bad. There's bad people in the world. There's bad people online. And now you're a bigot if you somehow disagree with that. If you say that maybe you shouldn't strip online for money. It makes you a bigot now.
I think the cultural landscape of the internet has changed, though. I mean, 20 years ago, the idea was, stranger danger, don't ever give out your info online. Don't ever tell anyone your name or where you live or this and that. Now, anyone who's remotely got a fan base on the internet, you know their full name, you know the area they live, you know their general, living schedule. And anyone who's got social media, you can find pictures upon pictures of them and their full name and where they went to school.
People are oversharing, man. For sure.
Oh, they are. It's not a... Go ahead.
I think I heard of the first case of a young kid now suing his parents. Actually, I may have brought this up before. He used to be his mom apparently put up a whole lot of photos of him on her Instagram because she's an Instagram influencer. And now that he's grown up, he's like, well, what the fuck, Mom? Like, I didn't want all those photos of me out there. And he's right.
It's kind of petty. Is it just like baby photos? Because that's a little much.
I don't know. Nah, I don't think so, man. There's just way too many parents who pimp their kids out on social media just to get likes.
Those Instagram families are really just disturbing. I can't stand that kind of stuff. It freaks me out.
Anytime I see those, I just remember Daddy05. You guys remember Daddy05, where, for those of you who don't know, just a quick recap, they were a family YouTube channel. They were 5 of them, mom, dad, and 3 kids. And because the dad was a piece of shit and the mom too, they would just abuse one of the kids for clicks and for videos. Like they'd literally prank him, but their idea of a prank was yelling and screaming at him like he did something wrong. And really just being nasty, like not fun at all, just very, very nasty. And ever since that kind of became the face of those channels for a while, I think in the background how many parents are doing that without us seeing it, just to try to get their kids to be big Instagram or YouTube stars.
Well, you see the big family Instagrams and YouTubers, and you've just got to wonder what it's like to be raised in that environment where you've got to always be on and there's always a camera in your face, and the people that you trust the most are constantly thrusting you into uncomfortable positions and like exacerbating your emotions for clicks.
Well, it's not necessarily true for all of them, though. A lot of the kids, I imagine, love it. It's constant playtime with their parents. It just happens to be broadcast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just you got to be careful, though, because you never know.
But at that point, are you even just their child anymore? Are you? I would imagine a whole lot of them just feel like props at that point. And
I guarantee they don't. I don't think a lot of them feel like props. I imagine, like in a case like Daddy05, they feel like prisoners. But I don't think for something like the Ace family, they're that upset about riding jet skis in their pool while a cameraman films it.
Yeah, I don't know who that is, but I guess that also depends on the age.
They're just a huge family channel.
It depends entirely on the group. Like, there are definitely those who probably love it and great, and I'd say the majority of them, it's just something fun to do or a hobby.
Exactly.
But at the same time, there's definitely going to be ones where
none of those channels treat it like it's fun or like it's a hobby.
Exactly.
Well, how many of those channels do you watch, to be fair?
How many do you watch?
None.
Why are you an expert? Is this
I
a
know the
genre
Ace
you
family.
like?
I've seen clips.
No, I know the Ace family, and that's like the staple.
You know,
for
one
it.
though. One out of literally thousands upon thousands upon
Are they
thousands.
uploading daily?
I don't know how often they
who those are.
upload, but they upload pretty often.
But the
You
kind
also
of
know
stuff
the
that I
biggest one who
just...
does it as well.
You guys remember that fucking cunt who was smacking her dog around on YouTube? She accidentally uploaded the wrong video. Remember that? So that's the kind of stuff I imagine that must be going on in at least some of the families where, you know, they just get angry at the kid for not looking cute enough. Yeah, or something like that. Just, you know, she just wants the likes, but she doesn't actually want to care for the kid.
All the child abuse B-roll footage that just didn't make the cut.
It's going to be there somewhere.
Yeah, so maybe, you know, Charlie, one of these days the Ace family may upload themselves just beating the shit out of the kids.
It's possible. I'm just saying, none of us really watch the genre, so it's hard to say that all the kids are miserable doing it. I imagine, like, if I was growing up in that, I think it'd be fun as shit, just constantly playing with new toys or going on new adventures with my parents. I think that'd be great.
But here's the thing.
It's not just the upsides, right? Because sometimes you see viral videos of a mom films her son crying or something, whining like, why are you filming your kid's most desperate, sad moment and putting it out there? That kid is going to grow up and he's going to hate you for it.
You also have to remember, Charlie, that it's not in the children's control at all. If the kid wakes up one day and he goes, I don't want to film, they very well behind the camera could say, no, we're going to film and you're going to like it.
Absolutely could happen. I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm just saying as a concept.
Why are you supporting child abuse?
I'm just saying as a concept, like a family YouTube channel seems like it'd be a fucking fun adventure for kids.
If you do it right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, within the first week, and then after the first week of that, I'd get tired of.
As a
putting on
23-year-old
show
man,
and
Jackson, you probably would, but as 6-year-old Jackson, I don't think you would.
yeah. Yeah, I guess.
Whatever happens
Well, maybe
to...
they're so...
Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, maybe they're so grumpy on camera and having such a bad time because they're not using proper hygiene.
Could be it.
They're not clean. It's not clean family
They're
entertainment,
not-
really.
Well, maybe they're using cleaning products like soaps and dishwashing detergent and all that, but they're not using environmentally responsible cleaning products. And they should probably try to switch to CleanCult, because CleanCult makes natural cleaners that actually clean with ingredients you can actually understand and packaging that's actually landfill free. Instead of wondering what's in your cleaning products, CleanCult can use non-toxic coconut-based formulas to help keep your kids and pets safe. CleanCult is as effective as leading brands of detergent. You get the same level of clean with none of the chemicals. You can go to CleanCult.com to get a customized starter kit and adjustable paper refills delivered straight to your door. You can finally break up with plastic because CleanCult is the only cleaning company to put their soap in milk cartons. Their sleek, shatter-resistant evergreen glass bottles also reduce plastic waste and look really, really great. CleanCult's sustainable shipping also allows them to be carbon neutral. You can get started with CleanCult right now by going to cleancult.com/official for 25% off of your first kit, but only until May 30th. So if you're listening to this, it is March the 8th, fuck daylight savings time. You have until May 30th to get 25% off of your first kit at cleancult.com/official. Cleancult.com/official to get some of their cleaning products. I have to say, I got myself a little sampler pack, and I really enjoy the little glass containers that a lot of their products come in, such as their laundry detergent, their dishwashing detergent. They come in little packs. Those glass jars, way nicer than just having that fucking plastic Ziploc bag that most companies do.
And then they send you like refill packs, so you can just keep reusing the same glass.
But the nicest part is
sustainable stuff.
You know, you don't get that plastic into the oceans. I know it kind of sounds like yuppie talk, but it's nice. It's nice that it's non-toxic, which means as your cats and dogs, you know, they're gonna be safe and carbon neutral, so you don't have to feel guilty about that either. Plus, I hear there's now a hand sanitizer shortage. People have actually been starting to steal hand sanitizer from hospitals and such. You don't have to do that sort of shit. That's out of hijinks. Okay, you can just actually get CleanCult. Just buy your materials. It's not that big of a epidemic so far, I don't think, or that dangerous.
You know what's fucking insane?
People aren't using CleanCult.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So cleancult.com/official, May 30th to get 25% off until May 30th. CleanCult.
That wasn't my segue, but
I mean, we had to wrap the ad up, Jackson.
What is insane? Well, I want to wrap up my point now. What is insane is that Australia is running out of toilet paper. Did you guys hear about this?
Yeah.
Wait, really?
Yeah, we've completely run out of toilet paper due to coronavirus. They're not taking the hand sanitizer. They're not taking the baked beans or anything like that. People are in a rampage to get toilet paper.
Why
It's
toilet
fucking
paper?
They're
insane.
fighting each other too.
Oh my god.
Like
Yeah,
in the
there's
stores,
some vicious Woolworths grocery store brawls.
Yeah, I saw a couple of fights, like two ladies just fighting over a carton of toilet paper. It's amazing.
Have you
It's
stocked
so
up,
It's
weird.
Jackson?
genuinely insane.
Like,
What's
Have
that?
you stocked up?
I've got plenty, but that was beforehand. Like, I didn't contribute to the outage or the shortage. people are going around with like what do you call them, trolleys or shopping baskets, just packed to the roof with toilet paper. I don't know why. Like nothing else in the grocery store is missing. They're not taking like any tinned foods or
that is
health
weird
kits
because
or anything. It's just toilet paper.
if they were, you would think that okay, they're stocking up on food, so at least I guess they're thinking ahead because they know that they're gonna have to shit all that stuff out at some point. But if they're not even stocking up on the food, what is the point of hoarding the toilet paper?
It must have started with just like one Facebook kind of post or something warning about how there might be a shortage of toilet paper eventually because coronavirus causes like diarrhea. And so they've all just gone into like old people have just shared it constantly on Australian Facebook. And now they're all just out there in a rampage. It's genuinely every store, not even just grocery stores, every store is out of toilet paper. And they've had to like quadruple the production of toilet paper. It's probably like single-handedly created more jobs in Australia than any kind of economic plan in the past decade has.
What if this affects the Amazon forest more than the fires did, now that they have to cut down more trees just to rush more toilet paper to your assholes? What are you gonna do when you're out of toilet paper? Are you gonna sell your body on the streets, like suck dick in a back alley for some toilet paper? Like, mister, my ass is still shitty, please. Can you spare a roll? I'll even take 2 ply, sir, please.
It doesn't seem too, like if I ran out of toilet paper, it would be a pretty big inconvenience, but I could just have a shower.
Or just a bidet, which would be like the ultimate counter.
No. God damn it. I don't know what kind of clean, nice, perky shits you guys take, but a bidet would not do the job for
well, not everyone has like a fucking
job.
Picasso every time they take a shit.
Kaya has like one of those NASCAR crews that comes in whenever he shits, and they all like one guy lifts his cheeks, one guy scrubs his anus, one guy gets the toilet paper.
Yeah, shit crew, shit pit crew. I would love that. Oh my god, now if I'm ever rich, I know what I want. It's to just like come up to my ass, do that little noise that you hear that I always like and then they're gone. They wipe my ass.
They just completely remove your asshole and put in a new one, install a new one.
Then that would be great. Oh, that is awesome. So I'm daydreaming now.
Fastest clean.
Mm-hmm.
But we probably have talked about coronavirus too much, but it's ramping up in terms of like the outrage and everything. Well, not the outrage, but like the mass kind of
it is spreading.
Hysteria.
I don't even know if it is mass hysteria because this is the first panic in like I don't know what 2, 4, 5 years where people didn't just forget about it within 2 weeks. This is the first mass panic that has had a longer lifespan than, say, the fucking World War III that we had just 2 months ago. So there might be something to it, I don't know. My local grocery store is now offering free hand sanitizer at the front.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, but the cashier will still sneeze on your receipt, so I've opted not to take the receipt.
Sanitizer. Turkish saliva is potent.
It's Germany, you racist.
Whatever. I can't remember where you are most of the time. What I was going to say something about coronavirus. Oh yeah, I read a story the other day about how there was a man in Japan, I believe, who he heard that he had been to a coronavirus infected country before and come back from that trip. And they asked him to stay like quarantined or whatever, but he wanted to go out and spread coronavirus to as many people as possible. So he went out to like bars and concerts and shit.
What the fuck?
So he was just constantly like trying to spread it. So I was wondering if you were like a serial killer or something like that, wouldn't this be like the optimal way of killing as many people as possible? And could you even be held responsible for it?
So that's a good question. Could they hold you responsible? If I get it, unless I am a fucking psycho, I call out my local old folks home and I say, I want to volunteer to read them stories. And I just infect literally every 80-year-old in the building and they all die. So what do you do? I mean, how can you even pin that on me?
Korea's trying. Do you guys know about that doomsday cult in Korea that went around the world spreading coronavirus?
I think
Wait,
I may
what?
have heard.
There's a cult around coronavirus already?
Well, no, the cult is a doomsday cult. So they constantly like praise a doomsday or something like that, some shit in that area. And they set up a base in Wuhan. A lot of their members got coronavirus, brought it back to Korea, and started spreading it in Korea and then spreading it in other parts of the world. And
It's
Korea took
quarantined.
notice.
How did they even get in or out? They must have had some early access pass to that fucking
They did,
coronavirus.
They had like some dev kit or something because they got into Wuhan right before coronavirus. So they were already gotten boots on the ground to get ready. And then when they brought it to Korea, the government took notice, and now they're trying to catch those members and hold them responsible for murder. But the higher ups are hiding their names and not releasing any information. So they're just constantly like shuffling them around to keep spreading the virus. It's fucking wild.
That is, yeah, I don't know. I mean, how can you even stop this? I think I read today that Italy is now quarantining people. Quite a few too, not to the same degree as China, where it is like, what, 200 million quarantined in China right now? And Italy says,
Yeah, they're welding them into buildings and shit.
Yeah.
It's fucked.
Italy quarantines up to 16 million people amid outbreak. 16 million. That's a lot.
Wow.
That is a fucking ton.
That is
I
a
thought it
fucking
was
ton.
dire to hear that Twitch canceled their next conference.
Oh yeah, everything is canceled now too. Like all of
Yeah,
the a lot of
big
conferences,
international events are getting canceled. Yeah,
Yeah,
cons
even-
and conferences.
even the small ones. Yeah, it's probably for the best, but at the same time, like, can you even prevent this infecting everyone at some point eventually?
Yeah, I imagine at some point down the line they'll come up with something, but everyone talks about it
vaccine,
being
but-
overhyped. Yeah, I think it's perfectly hyped. It is a really pretty dangerous thing, and it's really rapidly spreading. Even if it's not like deadly,
Yeah.
it doesn't mean it's something you want. Getting
Well,
bronchitis
it
deadly.
has a pretty like significant mortality rate.
Yeah, in the
It's
older
not, like,
generation.
significant.
But then you always hear like the
Yeah.
tough guys on Twitter like, yeah, I don't give a fuck about coronavirus, but I mean, yeah, it won't kill you, but it's still not something you want for a week or 2 weeks.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
It would
it's
completely
annoying,
fuck
man.
up your
it's really
immune system for the next.
it's
few
really
years.
kind of baffling to me how many people brag about not being afraid of it or not caring. It's like, would you want the flu? If the flu bug was going around, affluenza, would you go on social media and go, yeah, I'm not afraid of the flu. Bring it on. I don't mind being bedridden and feeling miserable for
Yeah,
2
but I
weeks.
mean,
Well,
that's
I,
different.
I,
That's-
I agree. You shouldn't be afraid. Well, not afraid, like because that leads to like the mass hysteria.
Oh, yeah,
kind of
never-
shit,
never
but
be
you should
afraid of
definitely
it.
be cautious.
Don't ever be afraid of this kind of shit. Just panicking is doing no one any good, but it never hurts to research it and look it up and be smart about it
be
and
cautious.
be aware of it.
yeah,
Yeah.
just wash your goddamn hands. But
Yeah, buy toilet paper.
still, I think
don't
it is
if
a
you're in
little
Australia.
overhyped. When people say, "Well, I'm not gonna die at the end of the day," I think they're kind of saying that to counter the doomsday sayers who think humanity is about to be wiped out.
Well, it's not going to wipe out humanity, but it is definitely a thing to take seriously.
I
At
guess
least
we'll
that's
see.
what I hope.
I think it's only gonna
Yeah,
get
we'll
worse
see.
a little bit. I can't wait until I get quarantined. It'll make such a difference to my life, I'll tell you. Let me tell you what. I'll have to stay home.
Yeah, I've
Avoid
already
social interactions.
self-quarantined.
What a
Yeah, I
terrible
went to a
life.
concert last night, so I'm doing a bad job of it. I was in a
Oh, you
packed
may have.
room with sweaty people.
You might have it then.
Yeah, you might already
Yeah,
have.
that's right. That's a bold decision. That was a Devin Townsend concert too. There was probably a ton of filth.
Oh, it was absolutely worth it.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Oh, well.
You have to have coronavirus to get in.
Yeah, they scan you at the door.
bouncer has to
don't want
lick
to
you.
get. We don't want to infect any new people, so we just make sure everyone already has it.
Well, if everyone just self-isolated for 2 or 3 weeks, like everyone in the world committed to that, would the virus just die out?
Nah. Doubt it. I
No,
don't know.
there's been cases of people who have it and then they get over it and then they've been reinfected, I believe.
Well, no, he's saying would it just like run out of time, like without infecting anyone? Would it just disappear?
Yeah, like
Oh.
so just everyone
yeah.
takes a month off. Just everyone stay home. Just log into Xbox Live, play some Modern Warfare for a month. You know, just stay away from people. It can't spread that way.
Well, not to put the fear of God on you, Jackson, but there is a case in California of a man who went nowhere, self-quarantined himself kind of like us, and he ended up with coronavirus.
Well, he's fucking patient zero. This guy's creating coronavirus from his own blood.
Wuhan was a distraction. We found the actual patient zero.
Or he's lying. Check his passports, damn it.
They did. He has not left the
it's part of this
country. He
cult.
hasn't flown anywhere. He hasn't been to any high-risk avenues or anything. As far as I could tell, he's just kind of like a gamer who got coronavirus.
Go to his house. He's going to turn out to be like the Korean cultist. I guarantee it.
That's possible.
You open one of the doors, it's just this shrine to Satan. There's like pentagrams on the wall, a big poster of a virus, like all hail Corona. That would be pretty funny. Well, my assumption would be maybe he ate something that came out of China, like imported food or something, maybe.
That's
That
kind of
was
what I
infected.
thought too. Yeah, like maybe someone that prepared his food from like Uber Eats or something.
Yeah.
China shipped. Well, everyone knows China ships so much product everywhere across the world. Can the virus like travel across products?
Yeah.
Like if you buy a product,
Well, I heard
and that you open the package and the little spores fly out into your face, do you get coronavirus that way, or is it
It's
only
not
human to
airborne.
human transmission?
Well, it's
No,
not.
it's not airborne,
It's not
but
even
it
human to
can-
human.
right.
It's surfaces. Like if a coronavirus or someone
surfaces.
sneezes on the door.
Isn't it primarily spread through liquid, like droplets of fluid?
Uh,
So
know
if
about
someone's
But it
someone's
can
sweat,
apparently,
Everyone's
according
got a
to
different idea.
So the
of what
BBC has been
coronavirus
milking
is.
this for quite a while, and I've subscribed to their podcast. And so I don't know. I think that at this point they have like at least 80 episodes titled Corona something, and just last week they had the Corona special, where they brought in some people
the
to
Corona
do a
Spectacular.
to do a Q&A, and apparently it can survive like a couple
Taste
of
test.
days on the surface, the virus.
Well, that's a big far cry from what they said initially. They used to say it could survive up to 2 weeks on a surface.
It can survive on the sun, is what I heard. Extreme heat.
It's really cool is what I heard. It's like the Hulk. It could beat Thanos.
Yeah, it could be Thanos. I was just about to say that.
So it can, like, because they ship so much product. That would be insane.
Well,
No
like
wonder
I
it's
said,
infecting
I imagine
so many
it
people.
could, because if it's on surface to surface shit, they're preparing the stuff in China and it gets shipped over. As long as it gets there within 3 weeks, I imagine it could still be on that product or in the box.
Yeah.
Makes
Or,
sense,
you know,
but I don't know.
especially if it's like freezing doesn't kill viruses, does it? Like if it's in a chicken or something and it gets frozen and vacuum packed and just sent all over the planet and you eat it, it would be extra fresh corona. Are you
Because
googling
it's
if
like frozen, yeah.
Are you googling if freezing viruses kills them?
No, I wanted to see how long it survives on surfaces. See if I can get like a conclusive answer.
There's some fucking biologist listening, just tearing his hairs out.
He's like,
Oh,
it
absolutely.
can survive up to 5 years.
Oh, I'm waiting for all the comments on this episode going, you guys are fucking idiots, and here's my entire dissertation on everything about the coronavirus that you got wrong.
My dad
Chapter
invented
one.
coronavirus.
They probably
Please don't
would.
listen to us about anything,
Yeah.
especially things about
Is
life
there
and death.
anything sensational that we've ever been right about ever in the
9
entirety
days.
of this show?
According to this source, it is 9 days on surfaces up to, but it changes on surface. So 2 days on steel, 4 on wooden glass, 5 metal and plastic, and then 9 at pretty much your other shit. That's
Okay.
interesting.
Well, thank God there's clean
So we're
cult.
doomed.
So not my
We're
qualified
doomed.
medical advice, but maybe stop licking surfaces, people. Could be easy.
Oh, did we talk about that last episode where people are licking shrines in the Middle East to try to
Yeah, we
beat
did.
the coronavirus? Yeah. It's kind of ironic that the coronavirus stays on surfaces.
Last I checked, Iran was still they were refusing help and acting like everything is fine. Meanwhile, half their
Right,
cabinet
right,
is
you
dying
talked
of
about
this thing.
Well,
Why is nothing ever simple? Why can't we all just be on the same page, just lock ourselves away for a little while and just wait it out?
Well, some people have real jobs, I guess. That might be a big damper
Yeah,
on the
there's-
plan.
Yeah,
Those
just
big
let
kids.
the government should just say, everyone take a month off. We'll still send you your paychecks or whatever.
I'm sure that'll
chill at
happen.
home.
They're
Yeah.
charging $3,000 just to test for the motherfucker. I don't think they'd say we'll send you a paycheck for 2 weeks.
You're right.
What the fuck? Wait, you have to pay to get tested?
Yeah. This is kind of fresh off the presses on the coronavirus. If you get tested for coronavirus, you get slapped with a $2,500 bill for the test. Even if
Jeez.
it's
What the fuck?
Yeah, they make people like it's a mandatory quarantine. They test you and then charge you $2,500 for the test.
What the fuck?
That's a
that in
pretty
America?
insane scam.
Oh wow.
So couldn't you like share a test? Like 10 people use one test because, you know, if you make out with all 10 of them and you just test one and he turns positive, then you know all 10 of you are positive.
Well, they're not going to do that because they make money off all 10 of you. That's the idea. They milk your insurance, or if you don't have insurance, they just take it right out of your purse.
I know
It's
it
some
was a
sad
joke.
shit, actually.
Yeah, it's kind of shitty, but well, I guess this is how the apocalypse starts. It's with a really boring virus, not a cool zombie outbreak. You know, like in 28 Days Later, where it takes literally half a day for for Britain to be evaporated. It's the slow movie.
You know, it could
boring
mutate.
thing.
It could mutate and
Kinda.
cause people to become zombies, I guess.
It's not that slow moving.
Well,
Yeah,
if
honestly,
you're
that's
in
pretty
in
fun.
comparison to zombie movies, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
like
Yeah.
if this was a
Gosh,
zombie
Andrew wants to do
apocalypse, you
something.
wouldn't be that worried, right? If they told you, well, we have 2 new cases of zombies in Italy, I believe, and one is already cured and normal again. You wouldn't really. It's not exactly the fast-moving zombies in 28 Days Later.
Those zombies were fucking nuts, too, yeah.
Andrew, I feel
Well,
like
if
you're
you're
about to say something
quarantined
infectious.
inside of your home because of anything, you may want to consider using ExpressVPN. And some of you might be thinking, well, what does ExpressVPN have to do with quarantine? That doesn't make any sense. Did you know that ExpressVPN lets you change your region and therefore your Netflix region, giving you access to tons of shows that you normally can't see in America or Germany or Australia or wherever you are? For example, you can watch all of Rick and Morty on French Netflix. Fun fact. Also, Japan Netflix has an assload of anime. So if you're into anime, maybe give that a shot. There's hundreds of VPNs out there and hundreds of reasons to use a VPN beyond just different shows on Netflix. But the reason that you should try ExpressVPN is because it's ridiculously fast. Never any buffering or lag. You can stream in HD with absolutely no problem. That is a great thing to do if you are sick on the couch in your house, feeling miserable, and needing to see something exclusive to German Netflix, Canadian Netflix, what have you. If you visit expressvpn.com/official, you can get an extra 3 months of ExpressVPN for free. You can support the show, watch whatever you want, and protect your privacy at expressvpn.com/official. That's an extra 3 months of ExpressVPN for free by just going to that link. Watch the anime that you're missing out on. Go check out the weird experimental movies they got in other countries.
And don't
ExpressVPN.
give people your IP, for God's sakes.
That too. There's also
Private mode
privacy
does
and
not keep
security.
you safe. You know, private mode only works on your computer. All it does is not save your browsing history, pretty much, and cookies. But your ISP, they still know all of the depraved stuff that you look at. Might want to stop that, just in case.
Yep. expressvpn.com/official for 3 months free.
All right, what else you boys got?
Well, I brought up daylight savings time. That was my big topic.
Are we counting quotas now? Jackson, your turn.
What? Didn't I do something?
Yeah,
I
he
feel
did.
like I did
You
something.
did toilet paper. Yeah, I think it's Charlie's turn.
Didn't I talk about my clock tattoos when we were talking about time?
Kaya,
I
do you have
don't know if
Come on,
something?
that
big
counts.
guy. Give us something. Yeah, Charlie, come on.
Force
Oh,
yourself.
well, what video
What have you
games
been
are you
up
guys
to?
most excited for this month?
What
I don't know.
movies?
It's coming out this month.
Doom, Animal Crossing, New Half-Life, Final Fantasy,
Oh.
Resident Evil 3, all in the next
Oh
month.
wow. Oh yeah.
Surprised
It's a
they
big
haven't
month
been
for
delayed.
gamers, boys.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. That is nice.
Yeah. Those
I'm
are like all
curious.
games I'm excited for.
I'm curious if Half-Life Alyx is going to be good.
Well, it looks good. I can tell you that.
It does, but it still looks like it's limited by VR instead of pushing it, if you know what I mean.
Like it doesn't innovate.
Yeah, I kind of expected, it's Valve doing not only Half-Life, but they're doing it in VR. And usually Valve is kind of like Nintendo, where if they have a real flagship thing, they try to do something new with it or bring in some new technology. And I've watched some of the Half-Life Alyx gameplay, and it looks good. It looks like a fine, fun VR game. But I'm a little skeptical that it's not going to do anything really wow factor or innovative compared to VR. You know what I mean?
Do you? Here's a loaded question, and I want each of you to answer this completely honestly, and don't be scared of like internet reactions or anything like that, like hate posts that are going to be posted because of your opinion. But do you think Half-Life is overrated?
No. I think it's aged poorly in terms of a lot of it. So Half-Life 2, when it came out, is an incredible game. It was fucking mind-blowing. It looked amazing. It had new animation tech for facial animations. It was one of the first successful, like, story-directed games. It's not cinematic because it doesn't really take control away from you, but every cutscene is you can't shoot and you can walk around in a limited area. You're very much guided where to go, but it does it very well because it's memorable. But if you look at Half-Life 2 today, the AI is garbage. Like, the enemies just are constantly just run up, take a position, shoot at you, maybe throw a grenade. A lot of the fights are repetitive. Like, the gameplay is, while varied and fun, it's nothing amazing that's kind of stood the test of time. So I don't think it's that Half-Life is overrated. I think that it's a product of its era. But other than that, yeah, the stories are amazing and the set pieces are very good. But I think if it came out, I don't know, today or even 10 years ago, no one would have given a shit.
Well, there we have it. Andrew hates Half-Life. You heard that right, fans of Half-Life and Valve aficionados. Please direct all hate to Andrew.
I don't think it's that rare for people to say that anymore. Do you guys remember the early days back on the internet? Like Half-Life 3 was the holy grail. There was always posts about Half-Life 3 confirmed, and all that shit. And now they finally have Half-Life, and I barely even heard about it. It wasn't that big of a deal.
It's the gap has been too long.
Yeah, now people stop
It's
caring.
kind of fallen. It's fallen into Duke Nukem territory. You remember that? when
Are
that
you
reboot
shooting on
came
Duke
out?
Nukem Forever? One of the greatest games
Yeah.
ever made that was totally worth the wait.
Yeah.
People like you can't get the new generations on board if there's no content there to for them to jump into. It's been too long. The only people who would care about this dying out at this point.
Yeah, that's
They're
what I
on
was
their
going to say. I would
deathbeds.
assume that a whole lot of the people who played the original one are just, they aged out of it. They don't care anymore.
Kaya,
Yeah,
are you
I'm-
taking a shit or something? You sound way different.
Am I what?
Are you taking a shit? Your mic got weird.
No.
It sounds
Check your
like a
recording.
walkie-talkie right now.
Yeah, it's like you
it sounds-
moved the mic across the room.
No, I don't know. I'll rejoin. You guys keep
Okay.
talking.
Okay. But I distinctly... did you have something?
No, you go.
Oh, I distinctly remember when I was a little kid, like I would go to fucking internet cafes where they just had high-end gaming PCs, and when Half-Life 2 came out, it was mind-blowing at the time. It was really, really just everywhere, and everyone was talking about how great it was, and it really was an impressive game. But I think the parts that they do... Valve's a very polarized developer. Like, they do certain things incredibly right. Like, also, I forgot to mention entirely, the gravity gun and the physics mechanics of Half-Life 2 were stellar and the best part of the game. But again, the gunplay itself is... It's fine. It's serviceable. Some of the segments are a little boring, and like some of the story parts are a little, I'm standing in a room and I can't do anything and I just have to wait for them to stop talking.
I think they're fun games. I just think they're entirely overrated. They're not like the holy grail of gaming to me in any way,
Hello.
shape, or form.
So what's your like to you the holy grail? What's a company that
Spyro.
really?
So is that your company? Do I sound normal again? First of all?
No, you still sound fucked.
Why?
Yeah, the Spyro, the original trilogy, is some of the best gaming you can find, Andrew.
I'm not.
Let me tell you, the physics.
Oh, they're not bad games, but I would not put them as like the upper echelon.
I'm just saying, Half-Life wouldn't exist if it weren't for Spyro. Which came first?
Half-Life by a long time, I think.
Half-Life, yeah.
It's a genuine question.
Half-Life was PC in like 96, I think.
I think the first Spyro came out in 96 as well, actually.
I thought Spyro was like 99.
No, it was a
It
PlayStation
might
1
have been
game.
97.
Huh.
Yeah, it was a PlayStation 1 game.
Spyro was 1998, and drum roll please. Half-Life was also 1998. Holy shit.
Oh, I told
Wow,
you!
look at that.
That fat
Wow.
fuck from Valve stole the design plans for Spyro.
Spyro created Half-Life. It's confirmed.
No, honestly, the only game that I think deserves the mantle of like king of gaming or whatever, like the pinnacle of gaming, is genuinely Minecraft. I think that one transcends gaming,
Yeah.
and brings in everyone. You know what I mean? Like yeah, I think because of the peak appeal of it, there's so many different audiences that can just jump into it. It's kind of like the holy grail of gaming, way more than Half-Life.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I think it depends entirely on the time period. Like, if you were asked that question a decade ago, people would have said Guitar Hero. Because everybody, even if they weren't gamers, were playing Guitar Hero regularly.
God, I forgot Guitar Hero existed.
Yeah. I think it's entirely dependent on the time. If we were in 1986, the answer would be Super Mario Brothers. Because Super Mario Brothers literally saved the video game industry in a way. More specifically, during the gaming crash of the 80s. They were one of the things that helped bring the industry back because people loved Mario so much. It was either that or Mario 3. I don't remember which one. But yeah, I think
E.T. caused the crash, right? That's
it was part of it. Yeah, part of it was E.T. being such a fucking failure, and part of it was just so many shitty games being made that people just were losing faith and not wanting to buy them. Because it was just trash.
Do you
after
feel
trash.
like we're heading for another gaming crash, the gaming crash of 2020? Because I've kind of tapped out of gaming.
I would say maybe if people are getting bored of it, because I mean, gaming was a niche hobby way back, in the earlier years, like up until the 2010s, the late 2000s, when it started becoming much more mainstream. I mean, now gaming is bigger than ever. But if cultural fatigue does happen and it's not like the mainstream ticket item anymore, I still think it'll be successful and popular.
I think at this point it's so big. It's like asking if movies are going to stop being made. It's just not going to happen.
Well, you know what they said back in the earlier probably 1600s. They said books were the biggest thing. They wouldn't be able to fail.
And they
Who
still
the fuck
haven't.
reads books anymore?
We still have books.
People still read the fuck out of books.
Oh yeah, people are reading books. Yeah, okay.
I mean, it's still got a big community. Just because you're illiterate doesn't mean the whole world stopped reading books.
You're illiterate. I read
Readers,
books.
stand up.
I read books.
Calling all readers.
I'm just saying.
Support
What's your favorite book?
It was too big to fail at some point. 1982, 84.
How did you fuck up the most common internet reference? You can't go on any website without people just bringing up that godforsaken fuck book.
It's genuinely a good book. It is my favorite book.
It's so fucking overused on everything, like literally everyone, and everything is it's just like 1984, and then they fucking quote some shit out of the book. Oh, read another book.
That is so tiresome. Yeah, I agree.
I mean, it is a good book.
It's that goddamn thing and Harry Potter. Do I sound normal again, by the way?
Yeah, you do.
Over? Okay.
Yeah, you
Good job, yeah.
I just read another book, god damn it. It's 1984 and Harry Potter. It's
Or Hunger Games.
No, I don't see that one as much. I just see, this is just like we have to come together as the wizards and defeat Voldemort, and it's just like 1984. Ugh. How about you guys, Andrew and
People
Charlie?
said Hunger Games was too big to fail. No one talks about Hunger Games anymore.
Hang on, I want to know Charlie and Andrew's favorite book.
There's a difference between Too Big to Fail and becoming forgotten. Hunger Games was absolutely not a failure. It was a fucking cultural icon, but it might have just run its course. It might be done now.
Yeah, I mean, it is done now. It's not like they're still making Hunger Games book. It ended when my character died on screen. That's been done for like 6 years now.
Charlie has already said he's downright illiterate, like he doesn't read.
Yeah, I don't read books very often. At all, actually.
Ever.
I don't know why I said it that often. Yeah, I just don't read books at all.
Okay.
What about you, Andrew?
I listen to audiobooks, which is kind of...
That's not reading.
I mean, I'm not physically reading, but it's the same as if I sat down and read the book. It's the same content.
That's not goddamn reading, unless we're sponsored by Audible. No.
Unless, no. Not yet.
Yes, no.
Well,
So
I've
that's
powered
not
through
goddamn
That's
reading.
not reading.
Yeah,
You pay us money and I'll say
all
it's
right,
reading.
by technicality, yes, I am not reading. That is correct.
My man.
I read fucking manga and comic books when I read.
Oh, Jesus.
Damn it.
Because I'm a cool kid.
Here's just another reason why you should not take any advice on the show.
Exactly.
Actually, that's something I would agree with. Hentai is too big to fail. Porn is too big to fail.
Oh, of course.
Video games, though, they're not too big to fail. They can fail.
No, I don't
Video
think
games
so.
can get made for like $10. I don't think that'll ever fail. There'll never be a time where there's no games left.
Mobile games are what keeps the mobile industry going. I really don't think games are ever
Yeah.
going to stop.
That's also a market we're not even looking at because we don't do it. I mean, mobile games are now, I believe, neck and neck with everything else when it comes to gaming in terms of like revenue share.
It's the most profitable fucking thing you could ever make is a goddamn mobile game.
Yep.
Just mobile in
Fucking
general.
gotcha,
yeah, but
fucking
games,
gotcha games where the entire point of the game is play the game and collect stuff so that you can play more of the game.
That's
nuts.
no, it's so much worse than you think. There was that viral slapping game that went around Twitter, so I downloaded it. When you fire it up, you get 2 ads that are full screen, and then you get to the game, which is covered in 3 ads. And when you do one slap in the game, it takes you out of the game to play a 30-second ad that you have to sit through before you can exit out, and it does that after each and every slap. So you're getting, within the matter of like maybe 5 minutes, at least 3 minutes worth of ads that you can't even skip. It's fucking miserable. I don't know what fucking idiots are okay with that, but that is an absolute crime. It's terrible.
That's
Mobile
fucking
games have
nuts.
gotten so much worse than I even imagined they were.
But think about how much money the creator of that's probably made.
Oh, so much money. There's even a system in the game where you can earn coins to make a little more ad free, so you get like a slap and a half before your next ad, or just pay
Slap
for
and
it.
a half.
Yeah. Crazy.
That's the
You
business.
know what's too big to fail, I think, is The Walking Dead. Have you guys ever watched that?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
First
neither,
season's
but
great.
All I know is it has. I looked this up on Wikipedia the other day, and I was fucking baffled. All I know so far that it has 10 seasons. The producers have no intention of ever stopping. They say they could do another 10. They have 3 movies in the works, and they're trying to expand it into its own universe and just even more trilogies. 2 spin-off series, not 1, but 2 spin-off series, comic books and video games. I think The Walking Dead might just... I think it's a coronavirus of gaming and TV, and what if it just takes over everything? Everything is The Walking Dead.
Yeah, I wish it was a good show though. I'd be okay with it.
I've never even watched it.
I always recommend the first season because I love the first season. I play it for my dogs when I go somewhere. I'll put Walking Dead on the TV, and I'll always come back and just be disgusted with how bad the fucking show is after season 1.
Do you think that's why your dogs act up sometimes? They're just pissed off too.
They're just begging for it to be turned off.
It's kind of like torture. I mean, I assume dogs, they don't know human language, but they can discern human screaming and such, and that's what you're putting on for them is fucking zombies eating people. You're just training them.
Well, no,
to
they're
be
calm. It's not like it's getting them riled up.
He's training them for the coronavirus or any kind of infectious disease. They'll defend him.
You should make them watch children's cartoons or something, like Dora the Explorer. What do you know? They might
used to
just
put
learn
on-
English.
I used to put on anime, but then I just started putting on The Walking Dead. I don't remember why, but it's been
you're
The Walking
torturing
Dead
them.
for like the last year. I went through all 10 seasons and now just recently restarted it from the beginning for them in case they missed any filler.
You're so compassionate.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm pretty much going to get all 10 seasons worth in chunks. It's real fucking dumb, though. Jackson, have you seen it? You seem like the kind of guy that would.
Walking Dead?
Yeah.
No.
Really?
What do you mean I seem like the kind of guy that would?
I don't know.
What does that mean?
It seems like a show that you would have been into when you were younger.
No. I've never seen it, so is that a compliment or an insult?
No, it was like really big. Like it used to be big and well received. Plus, I don't know. It just seems like a show that I thought you'd be into. It's one of those like really highly acted kind of artsy shows. That also
What is
happens
it
to be
now?
about zombies.
I saw I think a few episodes of the first season and wasn't really interested. So
That's fair.
Okay, so Jackson.
did it happen during the peak of like zombie when like the zombie stuff was taking over media? Is that when it first came out?
It was a little before that. It was 2010. So it was before like the craze. I think that was before the second Left 4 Dead. That
Probably
was before
started the
everything really
craze.
went full zombies.
Left 4 Dead 2 was like 2009, I think.
Now that's the holy grail of gaming, I would say. Left 4 Dead 2 was great.
Yeah, I think
Well,
if
both of
The
them.
Walking Dead wasn't shoeing in on the craze, it definitely helped start it.
Yeah, I think it probably helped jumpstart it. I remember it around Fallout New Vegas time.
You know what, Andrew? I think Portal 2 did more for gaming than Half-Life did.
I would say the first Portal did even more. I mean, remember
Oh
when
yeah, both
Portal?
I meant Portal. Yeah, I meant Portal as a franchise
Oh,
compared
yeah.
to Half-Life.
So to me personally, I'd much rather have another Portal.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, me too.
Valve is such a fallen titan. It's kind of upsetting because when they were making games, they were just always innovating. Like every new IP they brought out was a different tech demo that worked. Like Portal had the Portal system, Left 4 Dead had the AI director, Half-Life had the gravity physics, et cetera, et cetera, et
The
cetera.
card game had pure shit.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden they're making terrible card games and weird wonky garbage, and now they don't do anything except run Steam, and it's kind of disappointing. They used to just be on it, and now everything they're doing.
When's the last time Gabe Newell was spotted in public? Are we sure he's even still alive?
Does he
That's
still
why they've
reply
gone
to emails?
shit. You know, I don't know.
I have a feeling that man's like Dracula. He's just in a coffin most of the days, and he's only raised whenever they need him to do like a press release or some shit.
That'll have to be
There's no way
really.
he has an active role in the company anymore.
It would have to be
No,
really
he's just
white
he's a
coffin too.
millionaire. Yeah, true.
Got him.
Yeah, I think he fucked off, didn't he? He isn't as involved as what's his face, the Epic team leader.
Donald
Tom
Mustard.
Sweeney, Todd Sweeney,
Todd Sweeney, is that him? Yeah, I think so.
something Sweeney. Anyway, what my point was, Andrew, and I'm gonna make myself the enemy of the people. I think PC gaming is overrated.
Oh, that's weird. Why?
In what sense?
As not in the sense of like playing on PC is inferior, because playing on PC is obviously better, but like all the classic PC games that most people refer to, I think are overrated, most of them.
So the thing that you're goading on for an argument is that nostalgia is overrated and is a big driving factor in what people think is good. And I think that's absolutely correct. I think there's a ton of media, whether it's games or movie or TV shows, that suck ass, and people only say they're good because of nostalgia.
Mm-hmm. Like
And there's a
Dragon
ton
Ball.
that we even propagate in culture, where it's like you have whole swaths of people going, this movie's so good and this franchise is so good. But if you watch it through an objective lens, it's like, nah, this kind of sucks. This is kind of dated or not good or done better by this point. Or just never good.
No, because I like Spyro and nostalgia doesn't play a part of that. I played Spyro recently, and that's a console game, Andrew. And I
Shit,
still like
you're
it.
right. PC gaming's dead.
Yeah, but you can play
Spyro the
Spyro
Dragon
on
killed it.
PC too. So I mean, PC is just very versatile.
It didn't, PC gaming didn't create Spyro. Spyro was
Well,
on PlayStation
technically, your
first.
game was made on a computer.
Yeah.
And,
for a console though.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
the
but
console
on a
didn't make
computer.
it, pussy.
Plus,
and
Jackson,
also, what is it, Jackson? What is a console except a contained computer?
Ooh.
I'll do
get
even one
logicked.
better, bitch.
Yeah, but it's not a PC.
Every single
you
year,
calling a
just a
bitch?
couple of years later, eventually computers are able to emulate every console too.
That's right.
That's also
is
true.
true.
That is completely true. I think
then
now
why
they
aren't
have they have near perfect PlayStation 3 emulation by this point. We're getting better at it.
All right, but here's something even more extreme. Ready? Consoles gaming like kind of pushes the envelope for games. Like that's where most of the technological leap forward happens. Like,
is it
because that's
though?
where the money is invested by
What are
like
you talking
Microsoft and
about?
PlayStation.
Yeah, I'm really-
Yeah, it absolutely is.
What do
Even
you
me
mean?
as someone who doesn't
It
keep
absolutely is. All
No.
right. Whenever a new console is released, that's when the main graphical like leap forward happens because
Right,
most
because
of the
they were-
developers are still like.
Not because it's an innovation, because they were holding everyone else back. It's every single time. If
Yeah,
you
yeah,
follow
well,
the
kind of,
developers,
yeah.
they go, "We already can do this on the computer, but I guess we're still stuck with the PlayStation 4 for another 5 years." So
Yeah. Yeah,
That's not innovation.
That's a
Yeah,
good
I
point.
mean, you haven't seen those mods for Grand Theft Auto where it looks photorealistic and it runs perfectly. Like PC in terms of graphics, like you can argue however you want for game library and functionality and this and that, but PC will always win on the graphics and visuals department every time, just because you can get such better hardware and push it even harder.
the consoles are.
I can't think of many PC only games that have that are great.
Are you?
Well, because
like,
in
I
this
can't tell
day
if
and
you're
age,
making a
they're-
joke or something.
It doesn't make sense to just
Well,
release on
name a
PC
few.
only. That's why.
Yeah.
There aren't many
Even
exclusives.
Name a
games,
few.
even games
All right,
that
name-
all right,
name a
I'll
few
give you
classical
So,
ones.
like, I'll give you an example.
Why do they have
like,
to be classical ones? You're not stuck in 1998, Jackson.
Yeah.
Because there's not many coming out now either.
But Jackson, your argument is hard to win because, like, I'll give you some examples. Half-Life, Undertale,
Nah.
PC exclusive games when they come out, huge fucking cultural shocking games when they come out, but then later in their life they get ported to consoles. That's just the market. So the whole argument of like,
I
oh,
still don't
PC
feel like
gaming is
they're
worse,
innovative.
console gaming is better. It's like there's very few exclusives to pick from, and usually the fact with
I don't
PC is they
think
get
I
ported.
argued PC gaming is worse. I think I just argued that it's overrated.
Well,
You
everything
can play
is
anything
overrated
on a
by-
PC though. Like every game that you like, you can play on a PC too.
Yeah.
Doesn't make it overrated.
I
You're
think-
stuck
I
on the
think you're
idea that you don't
falling-
like Half-Life.
I think you're falling
What
into a
about
negative
The
crowd.
Last of Us? I can't play that on PC.
I
You
think
can, you can
Jackson,
emulate it.
you're
I'm running
reading
with the
a,
wrong crowd.
you're reading a negative crowd, Jackson. You're just hearing opinions about how PC is overrated and people thinking console is better. It's like you can, for everything in history
That's a
that's
small
been
crowd.
lauded and applauded.
That's a
you
very
can
small
find,
crowd.
You can find small crowds that are loud enough to make you believe, yeah, this was overrated. For everything, literally, I could find the same amount of people for you finding that PC gaming is overrated. People saying, "Yeah, console gaming is overrated and it sucks. PlayStation's really
I
terrible."
just want the best of both worlds. I want like the frame rate and the power of like PCs, and then the money invested into the games like console, and being able to play it from the couch like console. and it's all, like,
Nobody's
easy to
playing
set up
console
and
like
play.
that, Jackson. The only people that play console these days are FIFA nerds and sports gamers. That's like the only
Those are
market
two different
left.
That's not
things.
true. You are definitely about to play Neo 2. What's that on?
It's an
I
exclusive
think
on
so.
PS4.
To be fair, isn't the appeal of consoles really only one? They're much cheaper, obviously. So young people
Yes.
can wish for them on Christmas and shit, and the parents can actually buy it as
They're
opposed
accessible.
as opposed to a multi-$1,000 gaming PC. And two, they're just more often more convenient. You just set it next to your main television because you can't always schlep around.
That's
your
what I mean.
computer.
I can plop. If I feel like relaxing or something, I can just plop down on the couch, click one button, and then I'm like close to a game or whatever. With PC, I've got to sit down in a gaming chair at my fucking desk and open Steam, download necessary updates, etc. Find a game that I actually want to play.
Oh, the
'cause
horror.
PC gaming
Getting
is
quick
like
updates.
overloaded with
I
shovelware.
don't agree with your argument at all.
I don't get your argument at all.
Yeah, I think everything you're saying is completely wrong.
I genuinely think those are the only two reasons why anyone would think that consoles are, well, not maybe better, but that's like the only upside, isn't it? It's just convenient and it's cheaper.
It's not
Yeah,
that much more
and even
convenient.
then,
I can now, as we're talking, click one button and play any fucking game right now. It's at my
Yeah.
fingertips.
No.
Also,
By
you're
convenient,
looking
I
at
mean
everything.
physically. Because it's usually
it's not even that. You're looking at it through rose-tinted glasses. Do
I'm
you
sitting
remember
on
how
a comfy chair and can click one button.
every single game that's come out that's been a big release, as soon as you buy it, day one update, whether you're on console or PC, it's no different.
Yeah, but I can start the update and then go make it.
And you can do that on PC. What's the difference?
Okay, you're not
my
getting
PC's
what
in
I
my
mean.
office.
When I say convenient, I don't mean the updates or anything. I mean most people they have a computer in their office, but their TV or their couch, they're relaxing, whatever. If they have a TV in their bedroom, they don't want to hold their computers back and forth. It's just more convenient for them, and I get why.
You guys
just have a switch
You
there.
guys are cavemen.
See, Kaya gets it.
You're cavemen. Get a Steam Link. Get a streaming cable. You
Yeah,
literally
I'm
don't
not-
have to
I'm
move your
not disagreeing
computer.
with that, but
contraptions.
Steam Link didn't
Yeah.
exist 5 years ago or 10 years ago. That's what I'm saying.
Now
is-
it does.
Yeah, and I
Jackson,
agree with
you don't even
I'm not a
play console though, do you?
I just thought this would be an interesting argument.
It's not an argument though. You haven't made a point. You're just saying console good.
I tried helping you out, giving you 2 points, and now they think I agree with you. That's worse.
Yeah, fuck you, Kaya.
I dragged you down.
Whose side are you on?
Because I was extending a
Whose side
branch
are
to
you on?
drag you out of the swamp that you're in knee deep, and instead you just dragged me in.
Jackson right now is going into his house and knocking over his shelf and breaking all of his precious valuables, and then looking at it and saying, "How could this happen? How is everything broken? How could this possibly have happened to me?"
Yeah, that's what PC gaming does to you, man.
Yeah, I think eventually I'm still convinced that the streaming shit is going to even overtake PCs.
Well, Stadia is not a very promising outlook so far. Stadia is a big failure.
Do you remember when we shit on Stadia and then there was like this small splinter cell of people saying it's going to be great? Where are they now, huh? Where are they now?
I got really, really angry messages from people saying, I don't think you understand Stadia. I don't think you're really getting what it's for. I don't think you understand how perfect it is for me. Wait, where's your Stadia now? Is it still working?
Where's your god now, bitch? Yeah, so that's the interesting thing. I see.
I think Stadia is better than PC gaming.
That's what Sweeney seems to
wanna
think.
see how many
Epic's
people I can
CEO.
rile up now.
He's talking about being in working together with GeForce Now, I think they call it.
Yeah,
Nvidia's
GeForce
thing.
Now actually looks like a good service.
Yeah, apparently they're not going to take a cut from the developers, so that's good. From the
I
actual
like
game
this
developers.
tagline. I haven't heard of GeForce Now, but here's their tagline. Play the games you already own. You don't say. The fuck does that mean?
Well, it means that unlike on Stadia, you don't have to buy it again. So that's the cooperation between what I think Sweeney wants to do is if you already own a game on the Epic Store, you can play it on GeForce Now.
Okay,
That's
that
really
makes sense
cool.
then. I forgot that you had to fucking rebuy the games on Stadia. That's why it was so fucking foreign to me.
Yeah.
It's a good business plan.
It's very cool.
That is just great. I think Xbox is going to do that too, right? I saw an announcement, I think, where they said that if you buy now a game on Xbox One, you get the updated version for free when the new one comes out.
Yeah,
The new console.
yeah,
Yeah, good business practice.
yeah. Well, they learned from the disastrous Xbox One launch. So now the next one's got full backwards compatibility, so you can play Xbox One games on your Xbox Series X or whatever they're calling it. Yeah. So honestly, Microsoft has been doing a lot of good lately. I kind of appreciate what they're doing. They're bringing all of their exclusives over to PC, so I can play on PC gaming the best way to play games.
Yeah, I like that them and Nintendo, they together finally dragged the PlayStation out of the Stone Age rather with the crossplay shit.
Yeah.
Where they just shamed PlayStation for like weeks and weeks and weeks. And they finally had to give
I
in.
just want console exclusive, all the console exclusive games like The Last of Us and Uncharted and shit like that on PC finally.
Just wait for emulation, man. It's catching up. I think
No, emulation isn't good.
it's getting there. The Nintendo Switch is already playably emulatable. I mean, it's got problems.
Will I be
but-
able to earn my Xbox achievements?
Oh, that's right. I forgot you're one of those
Xbox
guys.
achievements. What a throwback.
Yeah.
That's the only thing locking me into the Xbox ecosystem.
I was
is
thinking-
those
I used to love
those
that.
sweet gamer score.
I was thinking
It
about
actually,
that. Yeah.
it hits you in the sweet spot whenever you see that little pop
Not
up.
anymore. I'm not. I'm
You know,
not
you did
14 anymore. But back then, it was
skin
really
was red.
fucking
Yeah.
fun.
Oh, you're so cool.
I was
now,
ruminating
sorry.
on that a while back. You remember when achievement culture was the thing? Like people were obsessed with their
Yes.
gamer score and
That was
getting
fucking
achievements
great.
on stuff. You had whole programs dedicated to showing guides on how to get the hard achievements in games. Like
I love that culture.
it's a whole
I still
culture.
think
It's a
that's fucking-
totally dead culture, though. That's the problem.
No, it's not.
They've all grown up, Jackson.
Ray's still out there.
But
doing
he's
it.
not doing
There's
achievement
people-
hunting. He's just playing games.
No,
on
he
screen
100%
for the
is
most part.
No,
games.
yeah,
But that's
he's-
also his thing,
he's
though.
such
Like
a-
he is the perfect gamer. You know, like he's the one getting all the achievements and shit.
Jackson's jealous.
That's his streams.
Oh, the perfect gamer is on console. You say?
I
That's
saw
interesting.
Jackson. Are you gonna watch?
Why, Charlie? Would the perfect gamer choose to game on console?
Perfect via achievements, I suppose.
Yeah, your words.
Well, his gamer score is still nuts. I mean, what does anyone know what rank he is? Isn't he
You
top
say
of
that
the-
like he's this myth. Like he's a legend in fucking what was that video game movie?
He is.
Ready Player One.
Ready Player
Yeah,
One.
yeah.
Did the Xbox One carry over points for achievements? I know they carried over achievements, but do you still
Yeah.
get gamer points?
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
Jackson! Did you ever keep up with
Gamer
the
score.
competitive achievement hunting scene, by chance?
Yeah, it's nuts.
No,
dude.
so back when I used to do it, and I was actually like 14 and 15 years old, the number one guy was named Stallion83.
yeah, Stallion.
He's still number 3 with over 2.1 million gamer score. Holy fuck!
God, that's so fucking cool.
Holy shit!
God, I bet he gets so much pussy.
Well, this guy does it for the love of the sport. He's not like a streamer or anything. He just buys every fucking game.
Holy shit!
Oh my
No,
God!
there's a lot of people like that. Seriously, go to trueachievement.com and have a look around. You'll see some regular faces there.
That's what I'm on right now.
People are constantly
Wow.
playing.
Well,
The number
maybe
one
you-
guy is 2.4 million. His
This
name
is still a thing. This is
Smirnov.
crazy.
Hey,
No, it's not dead at all.
did you guys see that?
You've just moved on to Steam achievements.
He's
or
got
whatever.
a
No one does
website
that.
called stallion83.com, and his tagline is "Gamer Score Millionaire."
That's a little sad, but yeah, that's fucking wild. He has got to be the oldest
Just
one in the
because
scene.
you don't dig it doesn't mean it's sad. I hate that mentality when Charlie doesn't think it's cool, it's got to be sad. Just let the dude live. He's having fun.
It's not cool.
I
Right.
agree with Jackson.
Have you guys seen the Last of Us is getting a TV show?
Really?
Yeah. I read it and
Oh, yeah.
My
it
first
is.
thought was, oh, this is gonna suck hard, dude. Netflix blows, but then I actually saw it's on HBO, so might be good, possibly. High chances. By the way, am I the only person who associate? You guys know how Netflix has that little N logo that they slap on the thumbnails if it's their production on Netflix? Am I the only person who associates that logo with low quality? 'Cause I've
Which
kinda-
one?
just Netflix's logo on the thumbnail. Like if I see a new series and it has Netflix's logo, I immediately assume it must be a very low budget turd, which even if it wasn't a turd, is going to get canceled 2 seasons in max.
Well, it's just Netflix's strategy of throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks.
Right, and there's
Bound to leave
exceptions.
that kind of impression.
There's really good ones, like Better Call Saul, but for the most part, just like 9 out of 10 thumbnails with the Netflix logo, they just suck ass. I don't know. You guys want to keep talking on the bonus?
Yeah. Let's move over to the bonus.
All right.
Thank you, everyone, for listening to this main episode. We're going to record a bonus now, so well, it'll be too late by the time this episode comes out. But you can listen to future bonuses by heading over to patreon.com/theofficialpodcast. You'll get an invite link to our Discord, and then you can listen to our bonus recordings live and interact with us, and it's all fun.
We're just going to
And
keep
we
talking
have lots of good times.
seamlessly in the live chat. If only you were here, you little fucking dirty pay pig. You're gonna go to patreon.com/theofficialpodcast right now. Gonna give us all your money.
Unless you're a PC gamer, I don't want that money.
Fuck off.
Or if you.
All right, we'll see you next time.
PC
Bye-bye.
pig.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.